Hi, I'm Carcina.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We have a very special day today. Um, a lot of you wanted me to address what took place a couple days ago with Corey, and I was into my Detroit Piston thing. So, Outlaws jumping up and down because they added the fake Dennis Rodman to their team, the Knicks. A team that they keep talking about is ready already, but they keep adding people. So why do they keep adding to a team that you say is already good? You know, it is what it is. Now, here we go. They trying to get up with Detroit. Now, this thing with Corey starts addressing and confronting the agenda. You see, oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Now, Corey Holcomb decided that he was going to address the agenda. And once he decided that he was going to address the agenda, things started to change right away. Because this is connected to a whole bunch of things. And the more I'm starting to find out what's really going on, it's a fake doctor involved in this. Yeah, it's a fake female doctor who goes around trying to get relationship advice. She goes on all these shows, podcast shows. She was on Cam's show. Oh, she's involved in this too. It's a lot of people in there. It's a lot of moving parts. They all mad at Corey. All because here's the thing, what he's saying is actually true. Uh what the hell are you talking about, Ray? She did the right thing by leaving Corey. She's right next to Corey. What are you talking about? See, this is what we're talking about, Ray. This is an agenda that they push and sell to you. Did she say she was leaving? When did you see her leave? She never left. But you leave it to Okie dokie and the rest of them other clowns. This is what we mean by disinformation. Yes, these clowns, they come out of nowhere and they try to portray something that they're completely not. No, it wasn't a rumor. It was some clowns making an observation and trying to make it into a reality. She didn't leave because she wouldn't hold up his shirt. She wouldn't hold up the shirt, and she's still there. Because if she would have left, she wouldn't be sitting there right now, would she?
My voice, I'm shocked. I didn't know. My voice got so powerful that the media, not bloggers, not fat girls with YouTubes, not busters who buy cigarettes 1, 2, 3 at a time. We ain't worried about them. They weren't never the problem. What it is, we have mass media trying to shut down the voice of Corey Holcomb in the 5150 show. And of course, the bloggers who are envious of what we do are going to join in. ever since TMZ has gave a one-sided version of what happened, it then got to the point where even a man like me, who I don't walk around living in fear, but I fear for my life now because I see what has been said about me, and they are desperate to bring me down because the word pedophile has been thrown in the mix.
And the person that did that was this guy named this big fat dude that be sitting over there with Adam 22 them. What's his name? Falaco. What is his name? Falaco. Some big fat black dude who just be sitting in the chair and talking. He always be giving me shouts out though. Like, yo, what's up, Carcino, man? I was like, who are you? But if you doing this kind of stuff, I'm like, dude, you doing some Falaco. Yeah, I don't know, man. That dude, he the one that was talking and putting together and cutting up these videos and trying to take stuff out of context, take stuff that's like in jokes and comedian jokes and trying to make that somebody's life. That's clown material there. That's clown, but see, this what we talk about. It's people like that that keep going above and beyond, trying to create something that isn't real. And when it backfires on you, don't say we didn't tell you. Yeah, it's okay if you want to crack jokes, you want to do something else, but don't lie. Once you lie, that's it. The lead attorney exposed Corey to be a liar. How? How? He showed an email correspondence that he had with the other guy. And he said he didn't give the lawyer the okay. So either the lawyer or Corey, something is lost in translation. But I wouldn't call Corey a liar. Corey does not carry or have well, I would say the wherewithal of a liar. He doesn't, he doesn't lie. The same thing with this incident that happened with the mushing. He already admitted to that 2 years, almost 3 years ago when it happened. He said exactly what he did. And now the videotape comes out. It's just like Ray Rice. Ray Rice told them exactly what he did. You can't try him again because that's called double jeopardy. He's already said it, and you've already went to court. You already done the punishment. Now you talking about, oh, well, you can take him back to court now that the video's out. Stupid. The video shows exactly what Corey actually said. But, hey. It's not biased, Senor Maurice. It's not biased, Senor. It's actually factual.
And let me tell you something. This is deep. I am no pedophile. I have never been accused of being a pedophile. I have never had charges of being a pedophile. This is something that's coming from the mass media, TMZ. Ever since they said what they said, they trying to get at me for real. Let me tell you something what they do, because they did this to Michael Jackson. They did this to Martin Luther King. They did this to Malcolm X. They did this to so many people. When they ready to come get you, they assassinate your character so people don't look at you as a human being. They look at you as a villain. So they are using mass media now to come holler at your boy.
Oh, yeah. What's up, Beef? E1. Thanks for the super chat. The Cash App is Carcino if you want to support the channel. Now, let's look at this. Dr. Martin Luther King. They said, oh, he had a white woman. Dr. King was with a white woman. Cheated on his wife the whole time with a white woman. Malcolm X. Malcolm X he got some kids on the west side. They did the same thing to every single body. Michael Jackson, boy, he loved them kiddos. Soon as he died, all that stuff is eliminated. Oh, they took it all back. The moment he died, the day he died, his music was all over the radio. Every station who wouldn't play his music played his music. And all of those things they said about him was now taken off. Because now they got to get their money. Now here come a movie about Michael. Why? So they finna get all the money. Well, that's the thing. When you expose the hornet's nest, and I've been doing it, and I've been exposing Hollywood, I've been dropping names. So all you got to do, Hollywood, let me tell you something. I'm going to drop a name right now, and I want y'all to look it up on your own. Wayne Castro. Look up Wayne Castro. And ask yourself, why would that be in Hollywood? Still. And if you on my Patreon, you already know about Wayne. We done told you everything. We got the pictures. Matter of fact, in this video, I'm going to show you the pictures. Just to show you I'm not lying. That's why they're nervous. They scared because they don't know how the hell this dude get all this access. So make sure you do join our Patreon, which is Carcino for Life, because it's definitely going down. And he ain't being paranoid. Like they said, oh, Corey just being paranoid. He just using that. He's stirring the pot. Ain't nobody after him. Bullshit. If they after me, they after him. You know how many phone calls I get? Talking about why don't I move to Venezuela? Why don't I move to China? Threatening me? I mean, at like 4, 5 in the morning. Wedgie Wright Jr., who never been to a Luther Parks picnic a day in his life. This was a fat clown in school. They used to give him wedgies. They used to call him Wedgie Wright, and his daddy had to come to school because his daddy was a cop to tell the kids they need to stop putting on Reggie or he gonna put them in cuffs and lock them up. See, I know your whole life, Wedgie Wright. I know your whole life. I ain't the one you want to deal with. I don't deal with you because I look at you and see you as a dirty cop who I believe was involved in Biggie's murder and possibly Tupac's. So I don't deal with you. Even when you tried to kiss my ass, when you saw me in the chat, when you was just in the same video disrespecting me, was the reason I was in the chat. And I heard you. He was like, oh, no, I didn't say that. I just heard you, fool. I'm in your chat. You trying to get me to come on your channel. Wedgie. He know what I say when I say Luther's Park. You know exactly where that is. That's right across the street from his house where he grew up. Isn't it wedgy? He better not say nothing again. I don't even mention that dude. Now I told y'all to find out who Wayne Castro is. So I didn't drop the name, a major name that you don't even know. It sounds like it's real corny, right? Like who the hell is that dude? You'll find out. Cause see, most of them don't have names. They unknown people. But we know.
This isn't little weak bloggers. Little weak bloggers have been talking crazy about me ever since I've been on air. But TMZ took a one-sided story of a woman who's addicted to drugs and quite dangerous. They showed a video recently where me and this woman got into it. And I can't hold back anymore. Listen, this woman was stalking me for a long time, and it was proven in court. And on top of that, I told people that this woman is a troublemaker and she sells drugs. TMZ knows that I have a restraining order against this woman and her boyfriend. So I've never heard of a woman getting hit or punched, whatever you want to say, and I get a restraining order against her. The story is not being told the right way. But I want to show you something about this innocent woman because they will make it seem like this woman is innocent. In fact, this lady went on TMZ, who is in collusion with her. Sean Holly, the drug addict woman, and TMZ are all in collusion together to try to bring me down. Let me show you a video because this woman even said in one of her TMZ videos, I'm not allowed at the Improv, but that's not true. This is the footage that goes in the security office of the Improv. It says Shrine of Crime right there. And we blotted out some of the people's faces because the truth is we don't want to show everybody, but I'm not banned from the Improv. But you know who is banned from the Improv? Right there. Right there. Right there. If she's seen up there, they are supposed to call the manager and the cops immediately. I'm not banned from the Improv. I don't have a criminal history. This woman stabbed everybody who called her innocent. I know what I'm doing. When a drug addict is talking crazy to me and following me, I'm telling you, I know what they do to people. In that video where I got into a skirmish with the dude that was her boyfriend, I don't know if you know this, I'm going to say it. Since then, she stabbed that man and tried to accuse him of the R word.
Wow.
He now has a restraining order against her. She tried to get one against him. It was denied. She went to jail for stabbing that man. And it wasn't no let her out overnight because they couldn't let her out overnight because when you go to jail and you are high like that, they let you air out in the cell besides your crime. So everybody who saw that thing, innocent woman, no, Corey Holcomb was protecting himself and always will protect himself against drug addicts. Now, they have something online, once again, about this pedophile thing, and it's gone too far. So my lawyer said, you don't even have to really talk about that for real, but just make sure everybody knows this. I'm no pedophile, never been accused before in my life of being a pedophile. I despise a pedophile. Anybody who would do anything physically, I think it's a person who sexually abuses children. Am I right with that? That's what a pedophile is, right? You know, I ain't living like that. And I've never lived like that. But I understand the media firestorm that's happening to Corey Holcomb because, these people know I have evidence against them that's going to bring them down. So they have to destroy my credibility first. They have to destroy my credibility like I'm a villain. But I want to say to TMZ, who I know is watching, I've already given the evidence to my lawyer and a few other people. So it's out of my hands. So if you guys want to come at me, there's nothing I can do. You know the case is coming. You know the case is coming. Sean Hawley, TMZ, and of course the drug addict woman. I mean, she has nothing to lose, so she'll do whatever you guys want her to do. She'll say whatever you guys want her to say.
And this is why we try to tell you it's about the credibility of the witness. Just because you've seen something on tape and you don't know the context of what happened, what accountability does he need? He shouldn't have muffed her. Is that what we on? Let me show you something in why we're also in conjunction here. This is my Patreon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret.
What's up, Patreon?
Now, when I told you about Wayne Castro, this guy right here is Wayne Castro. Now, you might think this is nothing, right? This Wayne Castro is one of the biggest SA of kids, boys in Hollywood. You see who he's next to? The director, the producer, other child actors. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. That's Bryan Singer, who did Superman and X-Men. He's his friend. See, there's no way. Look, still doing his thing. Now, all you got to do is do some research on Wayne and see what you find out about Wayne. You see, Wayne has another channel too, where he goes scouting for young boys and say, "Oh, you want to get into Hollywood? Come on over here." And this is how they break them in. They'll be having secret channels that you know nothing about. Now, when I told you I got the receipts, this is how I know. There's other people, in Hollywood, they talk. It's crazy. Oh, don't think your favorite person just happens to be, right? Your favorite rappers, all of them. And they blame the drugs. There's something that I don't think you guys should. I gotta see if I could blurt this out. It's so disgusting. Hold on. I'm gonna try to save you here. This is pretty disgusting. Now, okay. What you're seeing is a rapper sucking off two white guys in a hotel room. That is a photograph. It's on the Patreon, but I can't. This is about as much as I would allow another human being to see this. So when I tell you I got the receipts, dog, I got the receipts. This black rapper sucking off two white guys in the industry in Atlanta. Believe it. I don't even want you to see this. That's why, unfortunately, I had to see this in my psyche. So when we say, when he's talking about Backdoria, that's real. And if you're on my Patreon, you already know it's real. I mean, come on. I don't care about the fashion, none of it. So when he starts talking about, oh, Backdoria and yeah, it sounds nice and pretty, but you look at all the powerful people in the industry, they all know what's going on. All these chapters, they know what's up. Is that sir? You figure it out. Even if they married to one of the most popular R&B stars ever with $1 billion cosmetic line, it don't matter. They know, bruh. All y'all in the pool. You forgot how you came up, buddy? Why are you in this pool with all these dudes? And people spotted you. And they was like, why are you in this pool? Nobody got clothes on. I told you this is going to be a very powerful episode. This is going to be a very powerful episode right here. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, how did you get a picture of a dude going down on two dudes? How did you get that picture? Because somebody wanted to expose him and was leaking it through the back channels and said, here, we want you to expose so and so. And I said, I don't really do that. I can't put that on YouTube. So I'm not the only one that got it. But people was blackmailing him for it. Mm-hmm. Well, you got to think about what Corey's been telling y'all.
But my day in court is coming. And I don't even have time for court because I live a glorious life. I work and perform. It's just my voice got too powerful for some powerful people, and they're sending this media firestorm at me. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I showed everything I need to show because they said this is an innocent woman. This woman, since I had the incident with her, she stabbed a man. So all you guys who don't know what you're talking about is predictable because you have feeble minds. Now let's get to this next soft shit. And I ain't gonna spend a lot of time on it. I'm gonna spend about 10 minutes on this. The cat fruit booty button said something about me. And okay, yeah, I wear a dusty hat. I forgot all the stuff he said right now. Yeah. Clothes dirty, no shape up, all that. Fruit booty buttons. Oh, yeah, and I can't fight. Yeah, I can't fight. You didn't talk about the women you beat up. You act like I didn't even say that. I said you beat up women because it is a fact. You beat up women. TMZ is not after you because your voice isn't as powerful as mine. So you can come on and say whatever you want to say. You and the sissies and the scammer girl that's on your show. See, you couldn't get Melissa Ford to go along and laugh with you like you wanted. So you got this scammer girl who is all over the internet. If you do research on that girl on his show, she's a scammer. She takes people money and everything. You got to go, Mike? Okay, I'll catch up with you. Unless you want to go now. Okay. So, hey, Fruit Booty Buttons, you got to say something about the women that you beat up. I know you want to signify on me, but say something about the women you beat up. Listen, to all my 5150 people who are interested in being a part of what we do here, we are about to start inserting a lot more music videos. We're about to start giving preferential treatment to our people who sign up and join. I visit a lot of cities and I don't go out in the crowd like I used to and talk to people because it's dangerous now. But if you are part of our membership, when I come to your city, you automatically get a meet and greet with Corey Holcomb because, yo, I appreciate you. It's more perks than that coming. Mike, let me ask you a question. This is Mike right here. You can come over here for a second because Mike has to go. But you can talk into that mic. I guess it's working.
Okay, cool.
With the new setup where people can actually join and be a part of 5150, what am I missing that they need to know right now? Of course, there's VIP perks, unreleased content, exclusive after shows, members only chats.
Yep. So
this is all this unreleased content. They're going to start doing a lot more with the 5150 show. That's going to start to take off. Oh, definitely. But let's go back to Junkie Joe. Let's go back to Junkie Joe. Okay, let's get to him. Hold buttons. There is no Corey, and there is no Joe versus Corey. Corey is swallow a dude like that, like that. Joe Budden is a coward. You know, you got to first of all, he's a coward. He's who does videos about now he's taking diet, the opposite, the other thing like Ozempic, so he can lose weight. That's what about the extent of his interviews are because he's not an interesting person. He doesn't do anything. So for him, yeah, Zep bound. I'm Zep bound. Yeah, so for him, this is about the most excitement he's had and got his ass up off the couch. But all of the stuff about him beating women, jerking off dogs, we've all shown those receipts. But what about the other receipts, Joe? What about them? What about Olivia Doe? Right? She was on the podcast show with the other girls, and you had to settle with her out of court. I'm like, damn, you sexually harass a woman in the workplace. Probably happened plenty of times there. But you wanted this woman real bad that you was doing this stuff on the air, trying to say it was part of the show and it wasn't.
As well as fearful of dampening the mood if I didn't laugh along while he made those sexual remarks to me. Those moments were not only, excuse me, those moments not only live on the internet forever, it also forced me in the decision of quitting the podcast. And I'm now in a place where it was traumatizing, embarrassing, and I've decided that I have to actually speak up because not only was it important for me to walk away from it, it also is important for me to speak up, not only to help heal myself, but also to probably help others in the future and let them know that this probably wouldn't be the best situation for you to enter into working with this person. I'm sorry, I need a moment. Within these past 3 months, I'm gonna just be very frank. Within these past 3 months, after I left, I've been feeling stuck. Mentally, emotionally. I've even had to have a conversation with my daughter on why it's important for you to speak up when somebody crosses a boundary with you, because there is now footage of her mother on the internet with somebody crossing a boundary with her mother, and that's on there forever. And I want to lead by example and let her know that that is not how somebody should speak to you. And that also is a situation where if somebody does cross that line, you have to speak up. Everything that transpired in that episode happened while we were recording. Some of it was edited out. Some of it did stay in there. And I'm going to reiterate the timestamps of how everything transpired. I'm going to go ahead and start from 13 minutes and 48 seconds. Joe calls me out by saying, I've never reached out to him privately or personally. This information is important to this entire scenario because it proves my lack of familiarity with this person. And that is what makes everything that transpired after that so uncomfortable. Even though I tried my best to laugh through it, to not, like I said, dampen the mood of the room while we were recording. At 14 minutes, 34 seconds, there's an edit in the recording because Joe says him and I should speak more because, quote, he's been wanting to fuck me since we met. Everyone in the studio, including production staff, laughed uncomfortably while one of my co-hosts confirmed that to be true. I am mortified by this revelation, not only because it's revealed while we are amongst the presence of all of the production staff, but it's also being done while we are also recording audio as well as visual. That scene was cut out, and it jumps to Joe repeating we should speak more because we have the least dialogue. At 19 minutes and 26 seconds, another edit happens because Joe makes another suggestion to having sex with me. This is shown. I'm sorry. Joseph makes another suggestion to have sex with me. That scene is edited out, and what is shown in right after that is me closing my eyes, saying no, and then he says, never mind. At 21 minutes, 30 seconds, Joe tells me to hit a button, bitch, because I didn't hit a sound effect fast enough. At 24 minutes and 54 seconds, Joe makes a comment that I am throwing my singleness in his face, and he thought we were going to be a network power couple. Once again, I'm trying to laugh all of this off. As it's transpiring, I reply by saying, sorry, Joe, we're not. At 25 minutes and 42 seconds, I make a comment about relationships in general within the conversation. Joe retorts that my shirt that I was wearing isn't buttoned like I'm single. Excuse me, I have to repeat that. My shirt that I'm wearing isn't buttoned like I'm single. I pause, cover my chest with my hand, and try to brush it off once again and continue the conversation. At 31 minutes, 42 seconds to about 35 minutes and change, Joe makes me feel like I'm in a hostile work environment by letting my co-hosts know that I'm carrying the group because they don't dress sexy enough. Because now not only am I embarrassed for myself in being objectified, but also you're making other women that I have to work with on a regular basis uncomfortable by telling them they don't dress sexy enough. Like I said, this transpired while recording in front of cameras and in front of the entire production staff. So with that, I'm sorry. I pretty much react by looking away and looking down in discomfort several times, because he has also said this in the past, and it actually created a passive aggressive and competitive environment with myself and my former co-host, where she admittedly attempted to shut down every idea I brought to the table because it wasn't well received by Joe and Ian, his business partner. That same former castmate often relayed group chat conversations back to Joe, which I personally felt was done because she wanted to secure her spot as his favorite, because he's made it clear to the entire group that he favorites me. Fast forward, we usually take a pause for about 10 to 15 minutes during recording to kind of regroup and get to the next segment. During that break, I leave the studio to go inside of the green room.
What happened?
Where Joe was sitting there alone.
And what Joe do?
He asked me if I was okay, and I just immediately said yes, to not even try to further any sort of conversation or uncomfortableness. He then tells me to come, he's gonna come back and sit with us and just give an on-air hug to lighten the mood. I say, okay. Fast forward to 2 hours, 16 minutes, and 3 seconds into the show. Joe returns and he mentions us and just giving us our accolades as we've been doing good thus far. This scene is edited once again because, let me rephrase that, we go back. He goes down the line to give everyone their accolades. He starts with Mandy. He goes to Bridget. And then once he gets to me, the scene is edited again because he says, Olivia is unique because I want to fuck Olivia and the fans love her. That scene is edited out. Those words are edited out.
Damn.
But what's left there is me widening my eyes in shock and embarrassment, because after he asked if I was okay and he said he would come back to lighten the mood, I didn't think he would once again reference to wanting to have sex with me.
Damn, Junkie Joe. You really wanted it.
2 hours, 17 minutes, and 5 seconds in the timestamp, Joe asks if he can give me an on-air hug. My co-host said yes, they insist, and I slowly get up to hug him. Still apprehensive, I give him a hug somewhat of a distance to kind of hug, no pelvis there. It's unbeknownst to me until I actually watched back the episode that he was moving his hips while he was hugging me. I laugh uncomfortably because I don't know what else to do at that point. It's nervous laughter at this point. Everyone else is like kind of chuckling, and I sit back down, and at 2 minutes, 17 seconds, and I'm trying to like just get all of this out because at 2 hours, 17 minutes, and 38 seconds, after I sit down after the on-air hug, I grab the microphone and I say, this is uncomfortable. That's pretty much the end of the episode that was recorded. After the recording, Joe was asked while he was still in the room with everyone if he wanted to delete the parts he made where he made passes at me. He said he didn't care. As long as I'm fine with it, then the entire room pretty much looks at me and said, I just say I'm fine with it too. Feeling pressured, I say I'm fine. A few minutes later, I was called back into the studio to see if I wanted to hear the unedited version again and decide if I really want to keep it in there. I listened to it again, and in my ears, it sounded like everyone was laughing. So who am I to say this needs to be taken out? I don't have much say in the situation. I've already been belittled in this situation by being sexually harassed and objectified. Because just to break from me having these bullet points, at the end of the day, that's what sexual harassment in the workplace especially is.
Woo! Woo! That's what it is, people. She broke down the entire thing on you, Junkie Joe. They have video footage of this. Everything she said is on video. Junkie Joe knows it. So, Junkie Joe, how many lives did this man is? I swear, him in the Catholic Church are the only people I know that can get away with stuff like this. I'm like, Junkie Joe must got the greatest team in the history of everything. Because how in the world could this dude beat as many women as he didn't beat, dragging them downstairs, admitting it on tape, causing miscarriages, and they keep loading up the sponsorship dollar. Something wrong there. Some ain't adding up. Somebody got to be doing something strange for some change. Backdooria for real over there. So all y'all saying she lying, for those few people who said she was lying, right? I don't know how she's lying if it's all on tape. Now, to show that she wasn't lying, you knew she wasn't lying, don't you, Joe? Of course you do. You know she wasn't lying. No, I know she wasn't lying, and that you know she wasn't lying. He's like, she was not lying. I saw the episode. Oh, but it's even more telling than that. Tell them what you did.
Serious stuff first. Joe Budden, along with the Joe Budden Network, owe Olivia Dope an apology. We issued one, but she needs to hear it with my voice. On a podcast, on a podcast, there was an inappropriate joke made, an ill-timed joke made, a poor attempt at humor made at a time when it shouldn't have been made.
He's already lying. Her legal team is part of the settlement with Joe. He had to issue a public apology in the settlement. So what he actually did was do a written one, and they said, no, we need to have one with your voice. So he decides to go ahead and do one with his voice. And he's already lying. Now he's saying he was just joking. It was all good humor, and she just didn't find it funny. Then watch how he tries to include other people in there. Rory and Mal wasn't there. This was on the other show that you got with the other girls. They weren't the ones. It was you.
And unfortunately, me and the entire room of people missed that. That was
the entire room of people. The entire room of people, Joe. Everybody was cool except for you.
Our bad. That was our failure. And we didn't know until she was able to communicate that, until she was somewhere comfortable with enough strength to communicate how uncomfortable she was in that moment. And for that, we failed you. We failed you. We not only failed, not we, me, failed Olivia, Bridget, Mandy, all of the women that work at the network, all of the women that we represent, all of the women that we work with daily on camera and off. It's our job as men to just make the space as comfortable as possible at all times. And when that doesn't happen, I have to take full responsibility for it. And I will. We will be better. We will make improvements. We will make adjustments. We've already begun with that process. I spent a lot of time yesterday on the phone just
dealing with lawyers and seeing how you're going to survive it. So, Junkie Joe, you had to settle a sexual harassment case at the workplace because you consistently sexually harassed this woman. After you knew how she felt, you continuously sexually harassed this woman. Thanks, Ray. Appreciate it. Why does he keep saying him? Because he's in denial. He's in denial. He's in denial. He's part of that group. He's part of that Backdooria, buddy. I told you, only him and the Catholic Church got this much protection. Anybody else been shut down by now? Shoot. Right. If the president of Dunkin' Donuts touched the doggone kid, and they'll shut Dunkin' Donuts down. Sexual harassment at Dunkin' Donuts. He said he wanted to F her, and they'd shut that place down. Let it be Leon chicken and ribs. Leon is in the back sleeping with the female employees. And he beating on them. And he beating on them too? No, Leon's be shut down. Oh, yeah. Leon getting life. Exactly. So this is what I'm saying to you. It's the people y'all run behind and think they something, they nothing. Nobody you know even listen to the Joe Budden podcast anymore. That stuff is dead. Like, nobody listen to that. It's garbage. So it's like, man, who listens to that show anymore? I don't even know anybody over there. And that's realistic. So the milk dud head lead attorney comes out and starts talking finally. And he comes out and he starts talking about Corey is just spiraling and he's loud and wrong. He's wrong. I said that that he got permission to do so. Here's my correspondence with him. He said he had to check with Corey. Then he said he had the okay to do it. So that's between the lawyer, the one that you wanted to interview, and Corey. And he told you, he didn't say Corey told me not to do it. He said there was a guy going on it. And Corey is like, I don't remember telling him to do anything. Like, he never spoke to the lead attorney. He's like, dude, we went out to eat with this guy. He was on the show. And then we went out to go eat. We ain't have a problem with him. But my thing is, when you move like a snake and a snail, why would you go get that lawyer? and try to get him on your show without talking to Corey. When you were on Corey's show. You see what I'm saying? You was on Corey's show. Then you left Corey's show so that you can go dip and go talk to the lawyer. Because what you're trying to do is to get that lawyer to say something that will get dismissed in a court of law. So you want to try to get that lawyer in an interview so that he could say something that would be basically pretty much detrimental to Corey. And you know, that's kind of snakish to me. Plus, I don't trust lawyers who's a lawyer online. They gotta, it's like, dude, like my lawyer said it, he's like, if he's online, he must not be a good lawyer. Because if you got a YouTube page and you're a lawyer, like when do you have time to do that? He's like, he's somebody who got a law degree, but he's not any damn good at being a lawyer. So just might as well do this on the side. That's how my lawyer looked at it when he was covering the Diddy trial. I mean, when everybody was talking about the Diddy trial, he's like, I got cases. I got stuff. I got to work. I don't have time to sit around and talk about the Diddy case. So when I was getting my information from him and he was saying like, Rico, this is insane. There's nothing here to even make this a federal case. Like, it's bizarre. They hadn't seen it in any, and they got cases in Milan. Okay, that's how powerful these lawyers are. They got cases in Milan. This guy who's a RICO lawyer, this other guy and some other people in concert, he's telling me the RICO law. He's telling me you can't have RICO. Where's the money? He said you can't have RICO without, there's got to be profit. Without profit, that's going to be hella hard to prove a RICO case. You need profit. There's no profit in it. Now, I don't have a problem with the lead attorney, but I'm just saying, I thought what he did was pretty snakish. Because you already have a relationship or a rapport with Corey. Why wouldn't you just talk to Corey? You was on his damn show. You went out to go eat with Corey. Why wouldn't you call Corey and say, Corey, I want to interview that lawyer of yours. I'm thinking about calling him up and seeing if he can get on the show. Ass isn't the profit because Diddy's not getting ass. He's paying for males to sleep with somebody else. He's paying for them. None of them said they slept with Diddy. So he didn't benefit from it. So there's no profit for Diddy at all. League would do anything for content. No, I just, you got to call some of these people out. Now you got the other guy out there, Okie Dokie, Predator 2. So you got the Predator 2 out here, Okie Dokie. And he just wants to get involved and he just wants to fanboy it and chop up content. He doesn't have any real information. He just goes off theoretically how he feels. And he might be on the slow bus. Because he's sitting there saying, oh, he got rid of Darlene because she don't want to hold up a shirt that's disrespecting family members. I'm like, you don't even know what shirt or what she's even talking about. You don't have a clue. You just talking, bro.
I haven't said anything about my talent. because they can't take that away. But they want to try to come up with all kinds of awful things to say about me and my character. And you're just not going to find people to bag it up. And one thing about that night where, you know what I'm saying, I had to handle my business, because that's what I did. I handled my business with a drug user that I knew was dangerous from her getting into it with other people.
I'm going to go.
Okay, I know you got to go. Go ahead. Go ahead. Thanks for helping me explain that. Nobody who was out there that night is taking up for this girl. Nobody who was out there that night is taking up for her. The people who are taking up for her are the people who are sent off by the media. I see all these green things. That's very encouraging. Right? I see all these green things. Welcome to the 5150 family. I've never done this before because, you know, I never figured it out. And at one time I was married, where if I figured it out, it would figure into a bank account that's not mine. And that's the truth. So what I'm saying to y'all is I'm trying to get this thing going with the 5150 show. This is a very powerful machine that has ignited a firestorm of controversy to try to silence my voice. And when I say they playing foul ball out there, they playing foul ball. Who calls a man who doesn't even have, the last time I was arrested was when me and Sam was shoplifting. When I was a young man, and like I said, I remember when I got arrested, I was like, you know what? This is for the birds. I'm not finna do this. Every time I see something green on there, it makes me excited because I know that people would support. I know that people would support. I know that I love when these people who don't know, watch this word. Watch this word. I love when people who don't know us say that Corey Holcomb is finished. You can't. I don't have a deal at Marvel. I'm not Kang the Conqueror. And trust me, my brother who caught that L, what was his name? Jonathan Majors. We had a black man actually running from a woman to avoid drama, and they still gave the drama to him. And I never forgot that. It was quite intimidating. I walked the path that God showed. When I got to court, I met a judge that was stern, but the judge also saw the evidence, and the judge was stern against this so-called accuser because the evidence showed that this woman was stalking Mr. Holcomb. So you can, TMZ, you're a powerful entity. Sean Holly, you're a powerful entity. You know, look what you did. You lit the internet up like the 4th of July about Corey Holcomb. This is what's scary. They know there's no monetary gain to this. There's no money. We're not doing this to rob Corey Holcomb financially. We're doing this to rob the character he built up for years. But all you bloggers who think you can get rid of Corey Holcomb like that, I beg to differ. Like what you're doing, how you're riding the wave of mainstream media against Corey Holcomb because of envy, because you know what I'm saying? If I said it, it's the truth. I got to make an example out of this. I said something against this guy that came up to our show. His name, I'm going to take the chance and say his name. His name was the lead attorney. I said something about him because I saw him say, oh, Corey said it's okay for me to talk to his lawyer. Now, ever since I said what I said about the lead attorney, I haven't seen him say anything back. And it is my opinion. The reason he didn't say anything back because I didn't lie on him. I did not give him permission to talk to my attorney about nothing. And he said I did. And I believe he saw that and knows that to be true, which is why he isn't going all out his way to act like Corey Holcomb is not the man that he say he is. That's what I believe. I believe he has some type of moral strand inside of him that knows I wasn't lying on him. I didn't give nobody permission to do nothing. So I'm not even tripping on that man no more. But the Okie Dokie Jackson dude has started another lie, and he's going to have to pay for this one. He lied and said, I tried to get Darlene to hold up a shirt depicting black people as monkeys. You're going to have to prove it. You're going to have to prove it. Because, I mean, she's right here.
That wasn't the shirt. That shirt was, there was a lot of things being totally misconstrued. That shirt you held up the week before.
I held up the shirt when I was trying to stab real hard at somebody that came up to my show and tried to uproot our way of life up here. I did that. And like I say, it ain't a lot of stuff I do I won't do again, because I'm old enough to realize, yo, Corey, are you sure this is what you want to do? Most of the time I do that. When I got into it with the drug addict woman who I knew was very dangerous from her past, I knew what I was doing. I knew that I was in danger. So when this guy who lied with her because he was with her intimately or whatever got stabbed, I wasn't shocked he got stabbed, because I knew how dangerous that woman was. And a lot of people in the comedy community know how dangerous that woman is. This woman is quite a terror. And I don't know her to do comedy. I'm not saying she hasn't went up on a stage when somebody allowed her to go up on stage, but I don't know her to be on the circuit as a comedian in no way. And I don't know a lot of people who do. This is what was said to build a narrative against me, to make me a villain. Damn, I'm seeing a lot of green shit.
Now, oh, definitely. I told you this was going to be the one. See, I told you this was going to be the one. Now, we didn't expose a whole lot of things here. We didn't showed you and told you about what Okie Dokie and all the rest of these fools want to portray. And Paco Falaco. He's one of those fake, run behind Adam 22 them, he just, pathetic. It's mostly people with pathetic lives that do these type of activities. And it's totally unnecessary. And you trying to create an entire narrative just to get people to come click on it and roll with it. So it's people like Vlad, TMZ. It's the same go along game. Now, I'm going to show you something else from my Patreon. Since we're in a sharing mood, I feel like this is a good crowd. Here we go. Now, this is not on my YouTube nowhere. It's on my Patreon only. Who do you see? You know two of those people. You don't know the tall guy, right? And that's the way they want to keep it. But that's Bryan Singer. That's Tom Cruise. One of his best friends, Scientology, and they're in a psyop together. Conglomerate psyop that always has Bryan directing big movies, such as Superman, X-Men, and he was doing a whole lot of I like X-Men and bringing him back to do the X-Men. He did a great job directing. He's great at that, but it's the Backdooria part that scares everybody. Oh, what is that? What is this, ladies and gentlemen? This is the pool party. They got the red light in the pool to make it like it's blood. And then they all jump in the pool. And you notice it's all what? Men in the pool. I'm telling you, man, Backdoria. And he dresses up as a priest with these two young people that he's been to bring into his Superman circle. So if you're not part of my Patreon, I don't know why. Join the Casino for Life Patreon, get caught up on everything, and you'll figure it all out. So everything Corey's saying is right on point.
How they found a way through the internet and using the likeness of other people to lie on them, they starting to believe that they are somebody special. Well, if you are somebody special, we need you to prove what you said, where you said, I tried to get Darlene to hold up a shirt depicting black people as monkeys. You're going to have to prove it, okie dokie. It's coming. Don't worry about it. It's coming. I know you do everything in your way to try to manipulate the guidelines of the internet. YouTube, for example, you manipulate it. But you're going to have to manipulate this in another way because you outright lied. I got you in more than this lie. And what you'll find out on the internet, you think you can just say whatever you want to say. But Tasha K had to get that girl $6 million. And Tasha K, you're going to have to prove that stuff you're saying about me is coming, especially now that I know how you were able to get so many people to bounce off you. See, Tasha K doesn't have YouTube. People post her on YouTube. That's how she was kicked off of YouTube, if I'm correct. I think I'm correct about that. This woman is just like the other lady. Sent up in a G. She got her page taken down. I still have a page because I'm not going around lying on people. We make jokes about things, but I'm not going around lying on people.
Hey.
I'm not going around lying on people. Who was that? Chris Smith? Christopher Trailer? We can't catch it all because it goes too fast. But yeah, so I have to fight back now. And I've been one who never tripped off nothing but TMZ, Sean Holly, and you let the girl hang along because you wanted to use her. That's the one thing y'all had to try to find about Corey Holcomb where you wanted to turn it into something bad. Look, he hit somebody. Yeah, the judge, no, I hit somebody. And I told the judge I hit somebody. But when the case was done, that girl had a restraining order against me to stay away, which is no problem for me to adhere. But that girl, I have a restraining order against her and her boyfriend. And now he has a restraining order against her because he was stabbed by her. So why y'all people who don't know what's happening talking? All right.
So once again, Now, oh, we don't need to talk about Split, do we? Split, he's already a mess. Ain't nobody worried about Split. But this is the type of thing I was telling y'all all about with the narratives and the games and the manipulations and how they bring everything full circle. So when you start seeing this thing play out in the scales that they're doing, everybody who's around, everybody got something to say. Have you noticed that now? Everybody got a word to say. Oh man, yo, let me talk about Corey. Corey made a mistake. Corey shouldn't have did this. Corey shouldn't have did that. Corey's just being Corey. You ain't got to deal with what he got to deal with. He got people waiting around the corner for him with TMZ cameras. TMZ has never covered this man a day in their life. What makes them so interested in Corey now? Now, she's from DC, right? Why don't y'all ask Joe these questions? Joe, did you go ahead and settle your lawsuit with Olivia Pope or Olivia Dope rather? Did you settle with her out of court? Why were you sexually harassing these women? Why were you beating them? He's a dragger too. He look all the women say, and you drug me, Joe. I mean, you say I drug you. It was a slight pull. I wouldn't call that a dragging. You act like I tied you to the car and I drug you down the street. That's a dragging to me. Me just pulling you out of bed, I wouldn't say that's dragging. Like every other chick, I don't know, that must be Joe go-to move or something, just dragging chicks. Ugh. You got women up there talking about how you didn't drug them. Junkie Joe, boy. I'm not mesmerized here. So I'm talking about Junkie Joe, man. Junkie, damn Joe. I bet you ain't mesmerized. Oh no, she the one that was pulling these strings initially. Like right now, she ain't in position to do a damn thing because her ass is in so much trouble. Joe Budden's explanations for everything is a man that's a narcissistic person who's always in denial. So Joe, the junkie Joe, he's always gonna find an angle to wiggle himself out. Like, who listens to that show? I'm not even hating. I'm being serious. The show has been trash since Roy and Maul was gone. I mean, absolute trash. When Not Like Us dropped, that was probably the last good 10 minutes they had on the show. Other than that, it's been straight garbage. You can't cancel Corey Holcomb. It's not gonna happen. How you gonna cancel Corey Holcomb? And for what? That's the thing. Well, when you get caught in what they call the you get caught in the aspect of the one side internet world where everybody's just reactionary, because as you can see, not a lot of people understand what's going on, and you got people that want to just pile on because it's the algorithm. Corey Holcomb is the algorithm. So if something go on, here comes somebody who don't like Corey, want to just jump in and get some publicity off of it.
And I don't feel sorry for you because you bullied me in the time when I was down. You said I was on some Illuminati, on some weird shit, and all that other crazy stuff you was doing when I was standing for God.
Yo, what's up? This bruh, man, from the fifth floor, and you tuned in to
for you. No one cares. And I don't feel sorry for you because you bullied me in the time when I was down. You said I was on some Illuminati, on some weird shit, and all that other crazy stuff you was doing when I was standing for God.
Yo, what's up?
Brandon T. Jackson was hosting rooms, stealing jokes. I used to say, let's follow this. We gonna see some funny shit. Because I know these, but they act like they like home.
But what is that? I never understood what do you get out of that? Like wanting to know.
You get a rush when you confirm. You be like, ah! Yeah!
You brought the Dark Knight out, man. Y'all done brought the villain out of me. I'm sitting back here watching Corey Holcomb melting down, talking about he losing money on TMZ. All that shit you was talking, I told you God was gonna come for your ass. Don't mess with God's servants, man. And we can still throw hands. Look, that fat, out of shape, you better get in shape, man. Everybody coming for you. No one cares. And I don't feel sorry for you because you bullied me in the time when I was down. You said I was on some Illuminati, on some weird shit, and all that other crazy stuff you was doing when I was standing for God. Now you talk shit about my father and my family. Now your shit fucked up. You done brought the villain out of me. Detroit, 7 Mile, Woolworth, and West Bloomfield suburbs, nigga. I go corporate and street on your ass. But I don't gotta do that because karma getting you. Karma, how does it feel to be a woman beater, you dumbass bitch?
Salute world, I need y'all to do me a favor right now and check out the homie Hotep's latest single, Love for Fashion. All right, available on all streaming.
Now, Brandon T. Jackson, my Israelite brother. Let me tell you something. Brandon T. Jackson was automatically, just for some reason, blacklisted. I did a video breaking it down why Brandon T. Jackson was gone and what Brandon T. Jackson was doing and all of these things, right? Brandon T. Jackson hits me up and was like, yo, man, I want to holler at you. I want to talk to you. Let me get your number, blah, 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 blah. I give Brandon T. Jackson my number. He calls. Me and Brandon T. Jackson talk for an hour. And he just like, how'd you know that though? I mean, but who told you? How did you get that? I'm like, is it true? I mean, but yeah. But how did you know about my coffee business? How did you know about that? He wanted to try to fish out how I knew all the stuff I knew. Then Brandon T. Jackson, my Israelite brother, was like, okay, we gonna stay in contact, X, Y, and Z, right? So I was like, okay, let me go ahead, and he had these robes for sale, right? And he had these Israelite robes, and I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna get the white and the gold one. So I'm trying to order it, but I can't order it because they don't have the color I want. The one that I want the white and the gold lion on the back. I was like, I want that one. They didn't have mine in stock for my size. So I'm waiting for that to come around. All of a sudden, he puts up a a piece, like he put something out there, like kind of shading me a little bit. Like, wow, some people just want to really talk to you. They ain't really what they is, and they just want to talk to people. They ain't really real. Like, I'm like, what? and for some reason I don't have his number saved. And I was like, man, bro, we gotta talk again. Cause I want to make sure you weren't talking about me. I didn't buy the robe because you didn't have it in stock in my size. That's why I didn't get it. The one that I wanted, I'm waiting for that one. I want that one. But yeah, I'm gonna buy your robe. I don't care about a robe. Yeah, I'll buy the robe. But damn, if this whole thing was to pitch me a robe, I'm like, what you talking about? So I told him why he was blackballed, and he was, but he never did nothing to nobody though, man. I'm like, dude, you played a gay black dude who kissed a dude, Lance Bass, in the movie Tropic Thunder. You did everything they asked. Then he's mad he put on the dress. I should have never put on that dress. I'm like, dude, the movie's called Big Mama's House. They going undercover, putting on a dress. I mean, this is nothing really big. I'm like, this is a comedy that they put on dresses and doing all that craziness. I'm like, it ain't even that serious. I'm like, I can see if they put you on a dress unnecessarily. Like it don't have nothing to do with the plot, nothing. It's just you in a dress. I mean, you see Miss Doubtfire, nobody mad at Miss Doubtfire. That's what I told him. I'm like, Robin Williams is Miss Doubtfire. You think Robin Williams is going around like, I shouldn't have put on that dress. No, the character had to disguise himself as a woman to be around his kids because he couldn't be around his kids. The courts and everything separated from the wife. So he dressed up as Miss Doubtfire and us to go in there. It made sense for the plot. So I'm like, dog, you knew what it was when you took the script. The script said, okay, the father and son gonna be in dresses. But to say that Brandon T. Jackson is on that time, I never saw that with him. I saw a guy who they wanted to bend over, and he said, nah. And once he did that and he saw some things, he stepped out the light. He stepped out the light. And he can pretty much confirm saying that was the truth. I stood up for God and they didn't like that. It's like, of course not. You're not supposed to have an idea. You're not supposed to think. They don't pay you enough to think. You pay to do as you're told. And once you start thinking, then you become dangerous. And then you become extinct in this business. No, he's an Israelite. His father and everybody they out in Detroit, Michigan area. But I was like, dude, we talked for a good hour. Like we talked about a lot of stuff about the Bible, Israelite stuff. Like he didn't know. He was like, man, somebody told me like you was an Israelite too, like us, man. We was talking about the real and everything, real talking. He just didn't know I did all that stuff. Then he just like, people just wanted to get close to me. And I'm like, dude, I've never called you. I never called you again. Like, we kept in contact through Instagram or whatever, but I never picked up a phone and dialed you. Like, I was like, I hope that ain't for me. That's gotta be for somebody else. Because if he tripping over the road, I'm like, dog, I tried to buy your robe. You didn't have it in my size. And they's like, they'll let me know when they got it in there. I never got an email back saying that they restocked it, but damn, I will buy your robe. You said you think it would be acceptable. What would be acceptable? No, because if I say it, then it messes up a lot of these people's business. Like for me, I don't care because I'm not in their world. But there's people I know that's in that world, you know, and it blow back on them times 10. Well, when you see people react in a way that doesn't usually uh, showcase an example of leadership strength, you see cowardness. Mm. Oh yeah, 100%, man. So I'm just saying, everybody should start. They should start doing their homework and start keeping things and tat a little bit better because what you starting to see now is a lot of clowns coming up playing this media propaganda game. You see, because now it's not like the past. See, remember they used to do all that at MK Ultra and they used to have to brainwash people all the time. They ain't got to do that no more. You got idiots that volunteer to do this stuff for free. You ain't got to do that. They volunteer to do that for free every day. They pop right up and go online and just start doing. They be like, look, it's on automatic pilot. We ain't got to do nothing. Let's sit back. Because everybody want to say, look at me. Same thing happened with Diddy. They wanted everybody to hate on Diddy. And once you said, hey, I'm going off the evidence and this just don't look right. 9 pages for a RICO case? And it's only a 9-page lawsuit? This doesn't look right. Y'all people tried to convict him for talking about he R-worded Justin Bieber. And it's like, Justin knows he would. Why is he protecting Diddy? It's like, how you gonna tell that man who did something to him? And I'm like, the person that did something to him, he ain't even telling you who that is. And it ain't Diddy. It ain't Usher. So, but yeah, somebody ran up in him. Now, I know, right? So they could tell you what's what. Hmm. I tell y'all what, since y'all up in here, right? We got Beef E1 up in here. We got a lot of people up in here today. I'm gonna do something for y'all I don't normally do. But since it's open here and y'all come in, I'm gonna do something for y'all. My Patreons, y'all already know what's up. My Patreons know what's up already. Yes, sir. We've already did this for our Patreons, so I'm gonna do it for y'all. So hopefully a lot of you guys have signed up for my Patreon. I think I see some of you came in since we've been live and they saw all the stuff that we got. And we expose a lot of stuff going on around the world that you don't really know about too much. But more than that, Okay. So anyway, remember I was telling y'all last year and I had a chance that I'm in a basically we have an IPO fund, we have everything, investments, and we're in a but we it's pretty much a real estate joint venture and a private credit fund. So I get a chance to extend my invitation to you guys, and you guys get $50 to start. So any money, instead of having a savings account, you can put money into this account. You actually get money back. Okay, without a doubt, you get money back. Mm. Now, most of the people in here, some of you on my Patreons, y'all already signed up. Harvey, Illinois in the house. That's what's up. Yes, it's a flagship real estate fund that's worth like 1.2 billion. That's right, billion. Then there's a private, what they call the income real estate fund. That's the private credit. Then you have the innovative fund for like joint ventures that you want to get into. If you want to do venture capitalist work, you have projects that you can invest in. Like for instance, with me, it's pretty intense. You know how people I say they go into different aspects of what other people would want for them. I'm going to show you my investments. See, that's the real estate fund right there. 1.1 billion is what's in there now. It's open, so I can get you guys in. The innovative real estate fund. It's a private credit, and this will build your credit up quick. It's 624 million in there. There's 537 million in the innovative fund. So it's not like they need your money. They're good. Yeah, but see, if you use my link, you get $50. So you can definitely go and try to sign up on your own, but I can get you into these. So we have not taken a loss. Through all the nonsense that's been going on, we have not taken a loss. Like I told you, it's like owning a house, right? You know how you owned a home? Yeah, I put the link in there already. It's there. It's like owning a house, right? If someone gets a real estate property, you buy a house and you want to invest in the house, what happens to the house? You got to be in charge of maintenance, you're the manager, all of it, right? All the costs to do that. Uh-uh. You see, here's the thing. I get paid off an entire complex. Whatever the house, the village is, I get paid off like all 120 homes. And I don't have to worry about maintenance or nothing. I get a percentage off every house. See, that's where the genius in today's investing when you're dealing with innovative real estate. Let me show you for an example. See, 1.1 billion for this one. Let me show you what's all in here. For this one, for the core. $10,000, $12,000 is the initial. Let me show you. These are 75 properties that I have. This is that if you guys signed up, you guys will be a part of too. You have the Dorchester Commerce Center. This is an industrial plant. The industrial real estate is important because people like Amazon buy these places and they put servers in them. So you're consistently getting paid on this. I don't know who those people are, but you are consistently getting paid on these, right? Now, let's go to what I was talking about. Now, this is the Highland Townhomes. This whole block of community you're getting paid off of. Look at that. They break down the. Oh, yeah. Look at this. You see that? That's in Charleston, the townhome community. That whole section. You got a construction to cash flow. It's in a recent portfolio updates. You got acquisition and planning. All of this you don't have to know anything about. They doing all the assessments. You just get paid off the percentage. That money just keeps getting kicked into your account. So I gave y'all the link, and they will give you you got $50 using my link to get started. You don't have to download an app. You can go online and do it. But I don't know why you wouldn't want to download it. But yeah, you can just go straight to the website. But I would say take the link because they're gonna give you $50 just to do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got the IPO already. It's like as we speak, we could invest and put our funds into the IPO. The other ones came through. You guys couldn't see it, but let me see if I can share this to you. I might be able to share something else from my fund. These are the vintage funds. You guys can't get in here. These are closed. 100 million, 238. This was closed at 41 million. That was back in 2019 and 2016. These are the optimistic credit fund that was in 2023 that was closed at a 106. Now they got another one coming called the Optimistic Credit Fund 2. It's already at 39 million. So this one already closed. Now this one is getting ready to open up. These are for the premium people. These are like for me. But if you're, these are the other ones that's closed. The East Coast E-Red. They're 62, 31. So you got a chance to get into these immediately. But let's look into the other properties I'm invested in. 624 million, annualized 7.96%. Oh my God, I got 13K in this one. Boom. There we go already. Now, here's what I got here in this one. I have 53 assets in this one, which you would be a part of too. You see this? This is the new one we got on the 26th. See this whole complex here. 214 units. You get paid off every unit. You get a percentage. Boop, 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 off every 214 units. Because your portfolio is going to own it. This fund is going to buy it. The Denver development is in part of the fund. See, the income real estate fund. That's what we're in. See, we talked about this on the Patreon, but we didn't really go as far as we needed to, I felt, with this. Now, there's plenty of other stuff in here too. Hold on. We got the Tampa development. That's 324 units in Tampa. This was in January, just a few weeks ago. So this will show you the update on what's going to start happening here when they start building and putting this together. This is the market opportunity and how it's going to impact your portfolio. You're welcome, bro. So here's the thing, though. This is why I tell people this helps you save more money than your savings account. They don't teach this to Black folks because they don't want you to save money. They don't want you to be able to make money off your money. See, back in the old days, a saving account used to do something. Now, it does nothing. But right now, they got the IPO. Right now is open right now. That was funny you mentioned that because it's open right as we speak. The Fundrise IPO, your opportunity to invest, ends next week. Invest now, click there and get in there. You got to noon Eastern Thursday, February 19th. How often do you invest? Normally the 1st and 15th. You can try to work on your own, but I do the 1st and 15th. But coming in with me, since I'm already there, you're going to get $50 walking through the door. Now, how much percentage you want to go where, you got to fix that up on your own. You know, whatever one you want to put more, you want to put more into private credit. You want to put things, because that's where the future, this is where the future is going. The old days of real estate has changed dramatically. So you're going to have to, you know, you got to maneuver the way the world is moving now. Private credit is the future. Hey, no problem, bro. That's what I do, man. I gave it to my Patreons, you know, and they pay, so they get it for free. I mean, they get it first, but I often want to bring everybody in there and do something for people, man. Oh, okay. But I appreciate you even being there, bro. So on that note, we're gonna get up out of here. But God bless all y'all, man. I hope to see y'all over there, man. So when we all get rich, we're gonna get rich together. We're gonna be retired. They're gonna be Cino brought us here, man. We living good. Yeah. Hey, who signed up the last year? Because every year I open it opens back up. Who signed up with us last year? Who in the chat? Who signed up with us last year? In the chat. There's some people that's already rolling with us. Hey, there it is. Derek signed up last year. Hey, Derek, did you take a loss with all of the craziness that went on? Did you take a loss? With the government shut down, everything. Did you take a loss? Nope. You didn't lose any money, did you? And that's the important part, folks. That's the important part. He didn't lose a dime. You see? That's the part I care about right there. I'm not losing money. So, hey, let my money sit there and keep building up. But I am definitely not losing it. He said, I just signed up. Thanks, team. Oh, no problem, bro. I'm just glad y'all got in, man. Oh, no problem, Alex, man. I just want to see y'all save money and get more money because you got a regular savings account. It's crazy. I don't even want that. Yeah. So I'm out. Shouts out to the 5150 show with Corey Holcomb. And we turned this into a golden opportunity before we left here. He said, I signed up and I feel rich already. I know. Just go in there and start looking at it and looking at how you're going to diversify. Where do you putting your money into? Like how much percentages are you putting here, 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 and here? But just try to balance it and you'll be happy. And you're gonna get free $50 out of it. Don't hurt. I'm out.